Ladies and gentlemen, there is a profound truth I need you to embrace today. Your happiness is not something you need to wait for. It's not something to be found in someone else. It's already inside you, just waiting to be unlocked. And today I want to talk to you about how to be happy alone, how to build your life around your own incredible worth, and how to find joy in the company of your own soul. Step one is simple: acknowledge your worth. If you're waiting for someone to tell you that you matter, I need you to hear this: you already do. Your worth is not defined by who stays or who leaves. It's not shaped by the love of others. Your worth is inherent. It's divine, and it's time you started seeing that in yourself. Second, embrace your independence. I know society likes to tell us that we need to be paired up to feel complete, but that's a lie. True independence is powerful. It's the ability to make decisions, to stand tall, and to walk through life knowing that you don't need another person to validate your existence. Being alone means having the freedom to shape your world, and there's power in that. Third, use your solitude for self-reflection and growth. When you're alone, you are given the unique opportunity to really look inward, to understand who you are and where you're going. No distractions, no other voices telling you what to do. This is your chance to grow, to learn, to evolve. Take it. Fourth, cultivate gratitude. When we're alone, it's easy to focus on what we don't have, but I challenge you to shift that focus. Be thankful for the quiet moments, the freedom, the peace that comes with solitude. Gratitude is a powerful tool, one that can turn loneliness into joy. You have so much to be grateful for right now. Focus on that. Fifth, learn to enjoy your own company. So often we look to others for happiness, but real happiness comes when you can enjoy being with yourself. Discover the things that light you up. Revisit hobbies that bring you joy. Explore new interests and create experiences that fill your soul. When you can truly enjoy your own company, you will never feel alone. Sixth, release the fear of loneliness. Loneliness is not a curse, it's a chance to reset. It's a time to rest, reflect, and rejuvenate. You don't need to be afraid of it. You don't need to fill every moment with noise. In those still, quiet moments, you'll find peace, strength, and clarity. Seventh, create a vision for your future. This time alone is an investment in your future. What do you want to create? What do you want to accomplish? Now is the time to dream big, to set your intentions high. Being alone means you have space to build your future without distractions. Your future is waiting for you, and only you can make it happen. Finally, find peace in silence. When was the last time you truly sat in silence with no distractions, just you and your thoughts? Silence can be intimidating, but it's where you hear the truth. It's where clarity comes. You don't need to be afraid of being alone. You need to embrace it, because in that stillness, you are not lost, you are becoming whole. You, my friend, are more than enough. You were never meant to be defined by your relationship status or anyone else's love. You are worthy, powerful, and complete. So let the world see you shine in your independence, your self-love, and your strength. You don't need anyone else to validate your existence. You are already enough exactly as you are. And that's the first step in learning how to be happy alone. You need to understand something so vital: your worth is not tied to anyone else's perception of you. You were never meant to be measured by external standards, by the way others see you, or by the roles they expect you to play. You were created with intrinsic value, a value that no one can take away. Too often, we let the opinions of others define us, and we begin to believe that we are only as good as the love we receive or the approval we earn. But I need you to hear this, read this right now. Your worth is not determined by anything you do or anything you do or anything you don't do. It's not contingent on being loved, being chosen, or being seen by others in the way you long for. It is already within you. I know it's easy to get caught up in the external noise, the pressure to be perfect, to conform, to belong. But I want you to silence that for a moment and listen to the truth. You are enough. You are worthy of love, joy, and peace simply because you exist. You don't have to earn your worth, and you don't need anyone to validate it. If you look inside and you don't see your worth, let me tell you, it's there. It's been there all along. You are worthy of your own love, your own acceptance, your own grace. And when you truly embrace that, when you stop waiting for others to tell you how great you are, you unlock a power that nothing and no one can take away. There is nothing more freeing than knowing that your value is not determined by what you do or what others think. It is determined by who you are at your core. You are a masterpiece, unique and irreplaceable. When you truly accept your worth, you stop seeking validation from the outside world and start finding peace in who you are. You stop measuring your success by what others have, and you begin to appreciate your own journey. You are worthy of all the beauty life has to offer, and that beauty starts when you recognize it within yourself. There is a power in independence that many people overlook, and I need you to tap into it. Independence is not about being alone or isolated. It's about standing in your own strength, making decisions that align with your truth, and walking through this life knowing you are enough on your own. Too often we get caught up in the idea that we need others to complete us, to guide us, to be our source of strength. But here's the thing, you have all you need inside of you. The power to move forward, to build your life, to live fully is already there, waiting for you to claim it. When you embrace your independence, you're not turning your back on love or connection. You're choosing to stand on your own 2 feet, knowing that you are capable. It's about realizing that you don't need anyone else to define your worth, to tell you where you should go, or to give you permission to live your dreams. You are the author of your own story. Think about all the things you've overcome on your own, those moments when you didn't think you could do it, but you did. You found your way, you figured it out, and you survived. Those moments of independence, whether big or small, have shaped who you are today, and each one has proven to you that you are capable. But embracing independence doesn't mean you have to do everything by yourself. It doesn't mean you have to close yourself off from others. It means you learn to rely on your own inner strength. It means you trust yourself. You trust your choices, your intuition, your heart. You know that even when others may not be there, you've got this. You are your own foundation, and when you build that strength, it becomes something no one can ever take from you. When you embrace independence, you free yourself from the fear of needing someone to be whole. You stop living in the shadow of what others think you should be. Instead, you walk with your head held high, knowing that your power comes from your ability to stand alone, to make decisions with confidence, and to move through life with a purpose that is uniquely yours. It's time for you to step into that power, to stop second-guessing yourself, to stop waiting for others to approve of your choices. You have everything you need to create the life you want. You have the strength to make the hard decisions. You have the courage to walk a path that may not always be easy, but is true to you. Don't wait for permission, and don't wait for approval. Your independence is your superpower. Claim it, own it, live it. There is a quiet power in solitude, in the moments when the world slows down and you are left with nothing but your thoughts. These are the moments where transformation happens, where growth takes root and flourishes. When you embrace self-reflection, you invite a deeper understanding of yourself into your life, and this is where real change begins. It's in the stillness that you can hear the whispers of your heart, the truths that have been buried under the noise of the world. Self-reflection isn't just about looking back on your past or analyzing your mistakes. It's about creating space to understand the person you are becoming. It's about acknowledging the places where you've grown, the lessons you've learned, and the wisdom you've gained along the way. When you look at yourself honestly without judgment, you create room for growth, for healing, and for transformation. Think of all the times you faced challenges and come through on the other side. Each struggle was a lesson in disguise. Maybe you didn't see it at the time, but now looking back, you can see the strength you gained, the resilience you built, the character that was forged in the fire. Self-reflection gives you the ability to see the beauty in your scars, to understand the power that came from the pain. It's not about dwelling on what went wrong, it's about recognizing how far you've come and how each moment shaped the person you are today. This is how growth happens. It's not a destination, but a process, a journey that requires patience, honesty, and the willingness to look within. It's about asking yourself the hard questions. What do I need to release? What do I need to heal? What parts of myself need nurturing? In those quiet moments of self-reflection, you have the opportunity to redefine yourself, to make the conscious choice to let go of what no longer serves you and to step into the person you are meant to be. Self-reflection also teaches you the power of forgiveness, both for yourself and others. Sometimes the greatest obstacle to growth is the weight of guilt, shame, or resentment we carry. When you take the time to reflect, you allow yourself to see things from a new perspective, to release old wounds, and to move forward with a heart that is lighter, freer, and open to new possibilities. The more you reflect, the more you understand that growth isn't always linear. It's messy, unpredictable, and sometimes painful, but it's always worth it. And in those moments when you feel like you're not moving fast enough or not making progress, remember that reflection is a reminder of how far you've already come. Growth isn't just about achieving, it's about evolving, learning, and becoming more aligned with your true self. So take the time to sit with yourself, to ask the hard questions, to be honest in your reflections. Don't shy away from the uncomfortable parts of your story. Embrace them because they are the pieces that make you whole. In the process of self-reflection, you will find that you are always growing, always evolving, always becoming the person you are meant to be. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces we have access to, yet it is so often overlooked. We tend to focus on what we don't have, what's missing, or what's not going right. It's easy to fall into the trap of constantly striving for more, thinking that happiness or peace will come when we achieve the next goal, get the next goal, get the next thing, or gain the approval of others. But what if I told you that gratitude holds the key to unlocking a life of fulfillment regardless of what's happening around you? What if I told you that gratitude has the power to change your perspective, shift your energy, and open doors you didn't even know were there? When you cultivate gratitude, you begin to see the world through a new lens. Instead of focusing on what's not working, you start to notice the blessings, the beauty, and the abundance already surrounding you. You learn to appreciate the little things, the quiet moments, the warmth of the sun, the people who love you, the breath in your lungs. These things, though small, are profound. They carry with them a peace and joy that can't be found in external achievements or possessions. When you're grateful for what you have, you open your heart to receiving even more. Gratitude also shifts your energy. Think about it. When you're grateful, you attract more things to be grateful for. The energy of thankfulness radiates out into the world, and it creates a magnetic force that draws positivity into your life. Gratitude is a frequency, and when you choose to vibrate at that frequency, you begin to see opportunities everywhere. You become a magnet for good things because your energy is aligned with abundance, not lack. It's easy to get caught up in what's going wrong. Life is unpredictable and things don't always go as planned, but when you choose gratitude, you choose to find the good even in the chaos. It's not about ignoring your struggles or pretending everything is perfect. It's about acknowledging that there is always something to be grateful for, even in the hardest times. Maybe it's the lesson you're learning, maybe it's the strength you're building, or maybe it's the fact that you're still standing. Gratitude shifts your focus from the negative to the positive, and when you do that, you change the way you experience the world. What I've learned is that gratitude isn't just about feeling thankful for the good things in your life, it's about training your heart to see the good in everything. When you can find gratitude in the smallest of things, you start to create a life that is rich, abundant, and full of meaning. Gratitude is a practice, something that requires intention and consistency, but it is a practice that transforms you from the inside out. Gratitude doesn't just change how you feel, it changes how you see the world. It opens your eyes to all the beauty that's already there, waiting for you to notice. And when you start to see the world through the lens of gratitude, you begin to attract more things to be grateful for. You become a magnet for joy, peace, and abundance, and no matter where you are in your journey, you will always find something to be thankful for. The more you practice gratitude, the more you realize that you don't need to wait for the perfect moment or the perfect circumstances. The perfect moment is now, and the perfect circumstances are already in your life. You just have to open your eyes to them. There is a quiet strength that comes when you learn to enjoy your own company. So often we seek external validation, approval, or companionship because we've been taught that being alone is something to be feared or avoided. But what if I told you that the most empowering thing you could do is learn to love the time you spend with yourself? What if you could stop looking for fulfillment from others and start finding it within? This isn't just about being alone, it's about finding peace, joy, and contentment in your own presence. When you can truly enjoy your own company, you tap into a well of self-sufficiency that transforms the way you experience life. You begin to understand that your happiness does not depend on anyone else's presence, attention, or approval. It is yours to create. You don't need someone else to fill your empty spaces. You are enough just as you are. There is freedom in knowing that you can find joy within yourself without relying on external circumstances to define your mood. I think about the things you enjoy doing when no one else is around, the hobbies, the activities, the simple pleasures that bring you joy. Often we get so caught up in the rush of life and the desire to connect with others that we forget how much we enjoy our own space. But when you embrace those moments alone, you begin to see them not as a void, but as an opportunity, a chance to recharge, to reflect, to explore what truly brings you peace. There is a profound sense of self-discovery in those quiet moments. They allow you to connect with who you really are, not who others expect you to be. Learning to enjoy your own company also teaches you to trust yourself, to know that you can handle whatever life throws your way. When you're alone, you come face to face with your own thoughts, fears, and dreams. You learn to sit with yourself, to confront the things that scare you, and to navigate your emotions without needing someone else to guide you. This is where true strength is cultivated, not in the external world, but in your ability to be with yourself, fully present without distraction or dependence. And let's be clear, being alone doesn't mean being lonely. There is a vast difference. Loneliness comes from a feeling of emptiness, of needing others to feel complete. But when you learn to enjoy your own company, you start to realize that you don't need anyone else to feel whole. You are complete in yourself. Your worth is not defined by the presence or absence of others. It is defined by the love and respect you show yourself, the time you take to nurture your own soul, and the way you honor your own needs. When you can truly enjoy your own company, you become less reliant on others for your sense of well-being. You stop seeking external validation, and instead you start finding the validation you need within. You trust yourself more, you understand yourself more, and you love yourself more. This is not about isolation, it's about building a relationship with the most important person in your life, you. So start spending more time with yourself, not out of necessity, but out of choice. Learn to delight in the quiet moments. Cherish the solitude, because it is in those moments that you get to know the real you, the person who is enough on their own, the person capable of creating a life full of joy and meaning, the person whose worth is not dependent on anyone else's company. When you learn to enjoy your own company, you discover a freedom and peace that no one and nothing can take away. Loneliness is a fear that often holds us hostage. We spend so much of our lives avoiding it, running from it, believing that it is something to be feared. We worry about being alone, about not being seen or heard, and we tie our worth to the presence of others in our lives. But what if I told you that loneliness is not a curse or a burden, but a gift, a chance for self-discovery, growth, and connection to your true essence? What if I told you that learning to release the fear of loneliness is the key to unlocking a deeper, more powerful version of yourself? Loneliness does not define you. It does not dictate your value or your potential. It is merely a feeling, one that comes and goes, much like any other emotion. The fear of loneliness is often rooted in the belief that we are not enough on our own, that we need others to validate our worth, to make us feel seen and loved. But in truth, we are never truly alone. We are always with ourselves, and when we learn to embrace our own company, we start to realize that we are enough. When you can release the fear of loneliness, you start to see the opportunities it brings. You stop viewing it as an absence and start seeing it as space, the space to breathe, to think, to create. In the stillness of being alone, there is room for reflection, for growth, for understanding who you truly are and what you truly want. It is in these moments that you reconnect with your own heart, your own mind, your own soul. The fear of loneliness often comes from not knowing who we are without the influence of others. But when you sit with yourself, when you face the quiet, you begin to discover that you are more than enough. Loneliness also brings with it the gift of freedom. When you are no longer afraid to be alone, you free yourself from the need to constantly seek others' approval, attention, or companionship. You stop depending on the external world to define your sense of worth. You become sovereign in your own right, knowing that you have everything you need within you to live a full, rich, meaningful life. In those moments of solitude, you find your own strength, your own wisdom, your own power. The fear that once kept you bound is replaced by a sense of calm, of knowing that you can be alone without being lonely. And let's be clear, loneliness doesn't mean you are isolated or abandoned. It doesn't mean you are unlovable or forgotten. Loneliness is simply a feeling, a reminder that you are human, and that like all feelings, it will pass. Releasing the fear of loneliness is about learning to sit with that feeling, to allow it to come and go without it controlling you. It's about letting go of the need to constantly fill the empty spaces with distractions or people. When you stop fearing loneliness, you start to appreciate the quiet moments, the time spent in your own company, and you realize that those moments are not something to escape, they are something to embrace. Releasing the fear of loneliness doesn't mean you won't experience it again. It means that you no longer let it control you. It means you've discovered the peace that comes from being at home with yourself, knowing that your worth is not tied to anyone's presence, but to the strength and love that already reside within you. When you embrace your own company, when you face the quiet with courage, you open up a whole new world of possibility, of growth, and of connection that is authentic and free. Remember, you are never truly alone, because you carry with you the most important relationship you will ever have, the one with yourself. And that, my friend, is enough.